You're listening to Elder Myths and Shadows, where forgotten tales breathe again. Witch trials. The word makes you think of folklore, pointed hats and cauldrons, but these 10 cases are not folklore. They're pulled straight from real court records, real confessions, and real executions. Number 10. The Connecticut Witch Trials. Decades before Salem became famous, Connecticut was already executing people for witchcraft. Alce Young was hanged in 1647, the first documented execution for witchcraft in the American colonies. Over the next 50 years, at least 11 more people were executed here, quietly and almost forgotten by history. Number 9. The Chelmsford Witch Trials. In 1566, England held its first fully recorded witch trial in the town of Chelmsford. A woman named Agnes Waterhouse confessed to using a cat named Sathon to curse her neighbor's livestock. She was hanged, becoming the first person executed for witchcraft under English law. Number 8. The North Berwick Witch Trials. In Scotland, 1590, dozens were accused of conspiring with the devil to sink the ship carrying King James VI. The king personally oversaw the interrogations, and torture extracted confessions of midnight gatherings called witches' sabbaths. His obsession afterward led him to write a book on witchcraft that shaped persecution across Europe for a century. Number 7. The Vardo Witch Trials. In the Arctic fishing village of Vardo, Norway, a storm that drowned 40 fishermen was blamed on witchcraft. Over the following decades, 91 people were executed, an enormous toll for such a small, isolated population. Most of the accused were the wives left behind by the men the sea had already taken. Number 6. The Logrono Witch Trials. In 1610, Spain's Basque country produced one of the largest witch trials the Spanish Inquisition ever conducted. Of nearly 300 accused, 11 were burned, some only as effigies since they had already died under interrogation. The case grew so large and so brutal that even the Inquisition itself began to quietly pull back from prosecuting witchcraft afterward. Number 5. The Pendle Witch Trials. England, 1612. 12 people from the area around Pendle Hill were accused of witchcraft, mostly based on family rivalries. The trial became one of the best documented in English history, thanks to a detailed published account by the court clerk. 10 of the accused were hanged, including a 9-year-old girl whose testimony helped convict her own mother. Number 4. The Loudun Possessions. France, 1634. A convent of nuns began convulsing, speaking in tongues, and claiming demonic possession. They accused a local priest, Urbain Grandier, of bewitching them, a man with powerful enemies who wanted him silenced. He was tortured and burned alive, while the supposed possessions continued for years afterward, drawing crowds like a public spectacle. Number 3. The Würzburg Witch Trials. Germany, the 1620s. The Prince Bishop of Würzburg launched one of the deadliest witch hunts in European history. An internal church document survives listing victims, including children as young as 3, alongside priests and nobles. By the time it ended, an estimated 900 people had been executed in this one region alone. Number 2. Anna Goldie. Switzerland, 1782. A maid named Anna Goldie was accused of poisoning a child with needles hidden in milk. She was tried, convicted, and beheaded, becoming the last person legally executed for witchcraft in Europe. It happened only 7 years before the French Revolution, far later than most people assume witch trials had ended. Number 1. The Salem Witch Trials. Massachusetts, 1692. A handful of girls' strange fits spiraled into accusations that consumed an entire colony. Over 20 people were executed and dozens more imprisoned, before the colony's leaders finally admitted the trials had gone too far. Salem remains the most infamous witch trial in American history, a warning still told 300 years later. 10 cases, different centuries, different countries, the same fear turned into law. If you think this kind of mass hysteria couldn't happen again, history might disagree. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Comment what topic you'd like to see next. Another whisper awaits, if you dare.